Okay, here we are for video 3. Now video 3 I think is probably the most important video for this class because it's all about uploading your assignments, how to zip them, how to upload them, how to get everything you need. If you are very good with zipping files and you're like, I don't need this video, you're wrong. Because if you haven't used Audacity before, you really need this video. This isn't one you have to follow along with me, but it wouldn't hurt you to go ahead and follow along because it'll give you a little playing. You get to play with Audacity a little bit. Let me show you what you have to do in order to upload an assignment in this class. I have written this comment so many times in the gradebook that hopefully you'll watch this video now and go, oh, okay, I got it. First thing you need to do, open up Audacity. And it's going to give you this blank Audacity canvas, which is really cool. There's so many neat things you can do with this, but for today we're going to do something very simple, okay? We're going to go up here and we're going to go to the word generate. We are going to generate a tone. So come on down to tone, click it. A sine waveform is a basic waveform. It's like the one that you see in math that goes up and down and up and down and up and down like hills and valleys. It's just your basic tone. We're going to generate a sine wave, but you can see here, so it gives us hours, minutes, and seconds. So what I want to do is go ahead, I guess I can leave it this long. For this particular one, it doesn't matter how long I leave it, to be honest with you, because we're not going to turn this one in. Once you know how to generate the sine wave tone, however, you're going to do this again for our first assignment. So pay kind of close attention to what I'm doing here. All you need to do is click OK. I'm going to scroll out and in just so you can kind of see how this looks. If I zoom out, it'll give me a nice straight tone. I'll play it. It's an obnoxious sound. Oh, you're not able to hear it real well. Sorry, I don't have the system sound on. But if you play it in your own, you'll hear it. It's just an obnoxious sound. It basically goes boop. That's it. If I zoom in with this little magnifying glass, you'll start to see how it looks like it's the kind of sine wave you see in math class, right? Now, this doesn't really matter for right now, although it will matter soon. I gotta be honest with you. It is gonna matter soon here. But for right now, what I want you to do is I want you to go to File, Save Project As, and let's go ahead and just do this the right way. Go on over to your audio engineering folder. And I like to put mine in examples. I'm going to put any files I create into examples. You can put yours back in the course resources. You can put it in one called work. However you want to do it, I'm going to put mine in examples. Okay? And I'm going to call this project example tone. I want you to see what happens when I save this file. If I go back to my audio engineering folder, and I go to examples, you'll notice I have two things going on here. I have the Audacity file called example tone, but I also have the data folder called example tone data. This is very important. The reason this is so important is because if you don't turn in the data folder and the Audacity file to me, I can't grade it. If I were to try to open up an Audacity file without the data folder, what would happen is that my computer would tell me I can't read it. Let's see if I can show you that real quickly. I'll delete this. I don't want to do that yet. Anyway, I'll show you in a minute. If I were to try to open it up without the data file, what would happen is that when I go to grade it, I can't read it. So what I want you to do is go ahead and just kind of drag these two closer to each other if you want. That way everything doesn't highlight. I'm going to move this down here. I'm going to try to move this down here if it's going to let me. Okay, it's not going to let me. Let's see if it'll let me do it this way. Nah, it wants to highlight everything. You know what? Let's go ahead and ditch these guys because I want to be able to show you exactly what to do here. Get your two files as close to each other as possible if you want to zip them together. And I recommend you zip them together. You're going to highlight the data folder, shift, click the example folder. So again, I clicked the data folder, held down the shift key, and clicked the Audacity file. Now you'll notice I have both of these, and if you look over here in your type, I've got a file folder and an Audacity project file. Audacity files have the extension .aup, so anytime you do an Audacity file, it's going to say .aup. If I put them together, then I know I turned in both parts. Now I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to Send to Compressed Zipped Folder. Check out what happens. This gives me a zip folder of my example tone data. If I were to right click or were to click on this, double click, here's the two files that I need. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and delete these two because well, actually, I can show you what these are going to do in a second here. All right, so now I have this zipped file. And let's say that I wanted to turn this into the first Dropbox. Do not turn this into the first Dropbox. You don't need to. But let's say that this was an assignment, okay? This is my assignment for, let's call it Unit 2 Assignment 1. And it's not, because Assignment 1 is a written assignment, so it has nothing to do with Audacity. But let's pretend like it was. Come on. As always, the K-12 site's running a little slow on us today. But don't worry about it. It'll catch up eventually. As we wait for K-12 to pull us over here to the contents, I'm going to scroll on down to the Dropbox that I want to use. And I want to use the Dropbox for Unit 2, Assignment 1, which is Understanding Sound 2.10. I'm going to go to the actual Dropbox, which is this little picture of an inbox here. I'm going to scroll down to Upload, and I am going to navigate over to my example tone file. I'm not going to send the data. I'm not going to send the Audacity. I'm going to send the zipped file. Click the zipped file, click Open. When you do that, you give me both things, the folder and the file. If I don't get both, I can't grade it. Both parts included. I'm just putting that in the comment for fun. You have to do both. I can't stress this enough. In fact, I've done this, I've had to say this so many times now that I've got a little copy and paste set up on my computer where it just over and over is like, I gotta have both parts. If you don't give me both parts, I can't grade your assignment, and you're going to get a 0 because I can't see anything. And then you'll click Submit. Now, I'm not gonna submit right now because I don't have to grade my own work, but that's how you would upload it to the Dropbox. I wanna show you what happens. I deleted my Octaves data folder, okay? Watch what happens when I try to play it in Audacity. If I double click on it, couldn't find the project data folder. It won't even open it. I can't see anything. Now, I created this file on my computer with my equipment, and it still won't read it. Without that data folder, I can't do anything. So please, 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 a million times please, when you save your project, data folder, Audacity file. Zip them and submit them. If you'll do that for every single assignment, you're going to get graded every time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next video up is going to be for Unit 2, Assignment 2. I won't be doing Assignment 1, any of the first assignments on these videos, because it's a written assignment. It's basically just short answer, give me a couple sentences, you're good to go. However, I will be doing all of the second assignments in every unit. So next up is Unit 2, Assignment 1.